I could watch Alan Ritchson do his taxes and be perfectly happy, to be honest. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a season 1 recap of Prime Video's Reacher, the show based on a book series about Jack Reacher. So for all my espionage, spy-loving, book-loving people out there, that's me. This is a really enjoyable show. The first season came out, I think it's been 2 years now, or just about. And I watched it when it first came out and then didn't watch it again until just recently. I watched the entire first season again as a lead up to season 2 coming out. It just came out, the first episodes premiered. I did a poll on my community post to kind of see what people were feeling, take the temperature, and it seems like most people wanted a Reacher video, to my delighted surprise. So that's what I'll be doing today. This is gonna be kind of a shorter video. I just wanted to give a quick rundown of what happened in the first season. I don't anticipate that this season will have too many connections to the first season because Reacher is kind of, because it's a book series and it's about, you know, spies and such, not all of the season arcs are probably going to be as interconnected as maybe other spy shows may be. But anyway, I'm a huge espionage fan. I used to read like the Alex Rider books, and I've currently writing my own spy novel. I've been writing it since I was 14. So check back with me in a couple of months and see if I've made any progress on that. But yeah, I just finished watching the first season again. Right off the bat, I will say that the show is structured in a way that even though I have seen it before, I still was surprised by some of the things that happened. If you know the formula of espionage series and stories, you kind of can guess or gauge where things are sort of leading. But there was a big shocker moment later on in the season that got me just as much as it did the first time. The season 1 story is Reacher finding his way to some, you know, podunk town and immediately getting arrested for murder. And he has no clue what's going on, and neither does anyone else, honestly. So he goes through this whole thing where he's like trying to clear his name, and then he realizes that he may have some knowledge of at least some of the players involved in this whole situation. So then he decides he's going to help the police, but really he's kind of using them to help himself figure out the story as well. And you know, there's a big, you know, kind of mustache twirling villain who's just very greedy and he wants to take over the town and blah, 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 you know, kind of thing. They use tropes, but I think they use them well. And then at the end, he saves the day. He's Jack Reacher. What do you expect? I am going to get a little bit into spoilers now. When Reacher gets to the town and is arrested, they think it's an unrelated incident, and then someone else is killed and someone else goes missing, someone involved in the situation. They get to finding out, you know, who this second body is, and it turns out it's Reacher's brother, Joe. His brother works for the government in some, I can't remember exactly what capacity, but he works for the government and is high level, so Reacher immediately knows something is off. And he's like, okay, so something's going on bigger than whatever you think it is, because my brother's not just going to be in some random town dying for no reason. And it's kind of revealed throughout this season that Reacher was looking for his brother in that town. Like, that's why he came to the town, was kind of to try and find his brother. His brother kind of left him clues leading toward that town. So it turns out that most of the police force is corrupt. The mayor is corrupt. There's a big business owner, Klein Industries, I believe it is, who kind of came into town in the recent years, and he's brought a lot of money, so people are really loving the guy, seem indebted to him because he's brought so much good to the town. But his business is the root of all of the negative things that are happening in this town. Really, this Klein, the CEO, he is not as big of an influence on what's happening as we are led to believe in the beginning. His son ends up killing him, and his son is kind of the ringleader. His son and the mayor are in cahoots, and they're kind of like the ringleaders of this whole situation. So through this, Reacher meets two cops on the police force, a detective and a cop, Roscoe and Finley. Finley's the detective. He's from Boston. He's a Harvard grad. He's like this very well put together, tweed wearing black man who's like, I don't belong in this town, but he needed to get out of Boston. And that's where an opening was and where he decided to go. And Roscoe's this chick who's like, she's very small, but mighty. There's more to her than meets the eye. And she and Reacher end up having a little thing. Again, going back to, I could watch Alan Ritchson do his taxes. I don't know if it's just, if they intentionally cast people who are markedly smaller than that man, but he is enormous in that show. Like, okay, so Alan Ritchson plays Hawk in Titans, for all my superhero fans, HBO show Titans. He's big in that show, right? Like, he's a superhero. He's got to be, that's his thing. He's just he's a tall man. He's a very, well-built man. But he seems even bigger in this show. And I don't know if it's just because they cast people who are like very much smaller than him, so it makes the size difference, like it makes him seem much bigger, or if he just like really got jacked for this role or whatever. But it's crazy. It's crazy. That's besides the point. Roscoe would appreciate what I'm saying. So Reacher calls in some backup, his old military buddy Neely. Love Neely, she's great. They end up unraveling the plot. Reacher kills many of the bad people. I forgot to say what this whole thing is. A counterfeiting scheme, basically. They're printing money. They're washing dollar bills to get the paper to print old $100 bill like designs on. So it's a huge counterfeiting scheme, and that's what Joe works in, is counterfeiting somehow in the government. They uncover the scheme. Reacher kills a bunch of the people. And at the end, it basically comes down to a big firefight in a warehouse, which, not super original, but I found it to be very enjoyable. I think just because by that time I had gotten really deep into the characters, so it was a fun little moment. But we leave off where he's like Neely's gone. He's gonna go on his next adventure. He and Roscoe are like, I don't know, are we gonna stay in the same place, or is Roscoe gonna leave the town, etc. and so forth. So I'm excited to see if she pops up again in this season. I don't know if Finley will either, but I kind of hope he does. He was fun. But yeah, that's just a quick, very, very short recap. Again, like I said, I don't think this current season is going to be super connected to the first season. I could be wrong. I'll probably do episode by episode breakdowns / reviews as the season goes on. I may be wrong. I haven't seen the first episode of the second season yet. I'll keep you updated, but I just wanted to hop on here and do a little video because I haven't recorded anything for this week and needed to squeeze something out there. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and leave a comment and share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this and like others. I am going to be doing a review on the Marvels at some point. I don't know if it'll come before the end of the year. I will have recorded it, but I don't know if I'll publish it because I kind of want to do a Christmas thing before the Christmas season is over. So we'll see. I appreciate you for hanging in there with me, and I'll see you in the next video.